We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cương thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, thiện chiến diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Our Mr. Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam Mô Sa Đàn Thổ, Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở Lại Hơi Đi San Mèo San Pu Tô Xie. Nam Mô Tạc Đạc Tha Tô Già Đà Già La Hà Đế Tam Miệu Tham Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou ci yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Qingyang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisors of Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại Sư, Tịnh Tinh Hoa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thịnh trí thức A Di Đà Phật. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, Kinh Làng Đại Sư, Sư Phụ Sang人,各位主上人，各位善知识，弥陀佛。Hello everyone, today is the 12th of May 2024. We are here at Way Mountain Temple to discuss continue discussing the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. Thank you all for joining us. We are at the beginning of the section that describes the celestial kings who ruled over the heavens. These heavens that we've been discussing is desire heavens, meaning they are these heavens above us. We are in the desire realm. This is a human realm where we are. Above us, there are about 6 heavens. We discussed the top 3 already, so we are continuing to go through the remaining 3 heavens. This heaven here is Suyama heaven, so the 3rd rung up. Okay, we hear. First heaven is the lower, and second heaven is where the Christian God is. Okay, that is still, these first 2 heavens are still within reach for us in the sense that they are, the heavens are around the level of Mount Sumeru. Okay, that height-wise is about where they are. So the access for these first 2 heavens can go through roads, for example. So you can use chariots, you can use Chevrolets, or and so forth. You can go up and down. Okay, that's how it works. But the 3rd heaven is actually suspended in space, and so you will instead of you having to walk, using canes, you can just fly. Wouldn't that be cool? No need for hip surgery. Don't need hips anymore. You simply... Wouldn't that be cool? And that's the nature of the blessings. It's kind of opens your eyes, opens your mind as to how the world is really like beyond your teeny tiny puny world. Okay, so this is what the sutra is talking about, and this is the characteristics of this king of sutras. That this is the most important sutra in Buddhism. So it's called. The Buddha describes what's really happening in the universe. So it gives you the insights, the glimpses that only Buddhas are able to see. And that's why after Buddhas became enlightened, they became Buddhas, the first thing they did, the most important knowledge they need to pass on was this sutra. To who? Bodhisattvas. Are you bodhisattvas? No, not yet. That's why we're studying it, because when we study this in the future, you will become a bodhisattva sooner than the other ones who don't study. Okay? Sounds good? Okay, so it's not for us to understand. It's like fun watching a movie, hearing the tall tales when you were younger, remember? And then your uncle and he used to tell you stories about far away lands and so forth. This is what this is about. So relax. Don't try to understand too much. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. Okay? All right, let's go. Jump right into it. Moreover, celestial king time division gain a passage into liberation of helping sentient beings, good roots grow, forever delivering them from worry and distress.
复次十分天王得发起一切众生善根，令永离忧恼解脱门。
Okay, so this big wick here, this big shot here, he rules over all the heavens in the third heavens. Okay, so he's a king. So each, a galaxy has many small worlds. Okay, a galaxy is called a 3,000 world, meaning it has a lot of small side world like us. Okay, where we are right now is one small area of this galaxy. Okay, the scientists told you that already. And this galaxy here has many of these small worlds like us. Okay, where we live. So this celestial king here is actually rules over all those heavens. Third rung of the heavens. They're very big. Okay, they're huge. You're not impressed. Oh well. Thank you. Okay, and so how did he get there? How did he become this kind of important person? Okay. So his name is known as time division, probably very good at managing his time. We don't know, okay? That's what he does. And he got there, okay? He became enlightened, and in order to perfect this skill he's doing, what he does, because he's very good at doing this, that's why he's there. Okay, it's like Peter's principles. We get rise to our level of incompetence. Same thing. These people became celestial kings, rulers, because they excel at doing this. Okay, and they keep on doing it until they're so good they'll be promoted out of it. Okay, so they're still here, and these are incredible. These are like idols of each world. It's no more than the Swifties, or a Republican, whatever. That's too small for them. Okay, this is humongous. Okay, they're so big, such a big shot. So what they do, how they got promoted there, is by helping sentient beings' good roots grow. Okay, and by doing that, they help sentient beings, meaning people like us, sentient beings, they have feelings. They have feelings of pleasure, feelings of pain, and maybe neutral feelings. What are neutral feelings, by the way? South Carolina. What's neutral feeling? Feelings are three kinds: good, bad, and neutral.
Kind of a so-so feeling, apathetic feeling.
Apathetic is depression. Are you sure? It's not depression?
It's either, it's more, the neutral would be, I feel so-so.
When do you feel neutral? Give me an example. Anyone, jump in. How do you have a neutral feeling? Is it like, I'm independent, I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, I'm independent? Huh? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. The old monk's car metaphor comes to mind. So, a good feeling would be like a Mercedes. It's really nice. You're going to feel good.
Okay, continue. Pray, continue.
To align with you, a Tesla would feel bad. It's baking your insides and it's boiling your children.
Don't quote me. Don't quote me. They fry your brains. Yes.
Yeah.
And your gizzards.
And then a neutral feeling would be like a Toyota Camry. Right there in the middle. It works.
Okay. Okay. Hey, keep an open mind, folks. Don't judge him. Okay. He's white. Okay. The point, so let me ask you this. If to you Camrys are neutral feelings, and what about how the ladies feel about Camrys? To them, it's not neutral. How do you explain that? How do you reconcile that?
Well, everyone has their capacity for appreciating things. So I wouldn't expect
them to understand. You such a okay, never mind. Let's not dig your grave deeper. No. Simply put, what is neutral feelings? Because if it's neutral, it cannot be plus or minus, depending on you are. If neutral, that means everyone looks at it as neutral. Yes, sir. 2.
Could neutral feelings be the same as the middle way?
What is the middle way? You keep on throwing words at me that I don't understand.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Same problem. For some people, hot is cold. Huh? What is neutral feelings?
Master, if most everybody in here is bipolar, how are we going to describe neutral feelings?
See, that's a problem. Most of you are crazy. How are we going to know? How are we going to agree on anything? What are neutral feelings? Feelings are neutral when you are asleep. The feelings you feel when you dream are neutral. It's only in your imagination. Isn't that cool? So that's the only time that your feelings are neutral. Okay, so don't buy if anyone tells you, no, I'm neutral, I'm independent, I'm neither Republican or Democrat. You know, the truth is that secretly they're either Republican or Democrat. There's no such a thing as independent. Okay, so neutral. So what happened is this: the interesting point here for this guy here. He says the lesson we're learning here is that the reason sentient beings have worry and distress is because, according to this, that's his wisdom. He says, I feel for these people who worry so much, who are so stressed out. So what do? He helps them grow their good roots, and thus forever delivering them from worry and distress. Isn't it interesting? That's these big shots' wisdom. You want to really help someone? Give them relief for their worry and their distress? He feels that this is the most effective way to help such people. Help them grow their good roots. Okay? How do you help them grow? Help people grow their good roots. So if you see someone, they say, oh, no, I'm so worried about this and so worried about that. I'm so stressful and so forth. It's so stressful. Then the ordinary, more ordinary people would say, okay, tell me about it. Oh, no, it's going to be better and so forth. You BS them, right? You distract them. That's all you do. But actually, for you to really help people, you have to do it like him, who are under stress, who have a lot of worries. You have to somehow help them grow their good roots, because the good roots will help them easily overcome their worries and distress. Isn't it interesting? This is wisdom, folks. This is the wisdom of the big shots. These people have so much wisdom. They can see a lot further and broader than we can. So this is the reason why we go to the names of this chapter, to kind of have a glimpse on how to fix the ills of the world. Because that's what they do. They're fixing the ills of the world. They are rescuing living beings. They're helping them. Okay? So how do you grow the good roots? Okay? So how to grow good roots is to do good. Every time you do anything good, you're creating a good root in your consciousness. The seeds are there. And those are the seeds that will help you in the future overcome your worries and your distress. Isn't that interesting? Okay, that's it. Do good. So somehow, this celestial king called time division, okay, he goes around and encourages people, somehow get people to believe in doing good. The more good, the better. The more good roots they have. Okay? Next. Celestial King, charming light, gain a passage into liberation of universally entering all states.
妙光天王得普入一切境界解脱门。
Okay. Commentary. Charming light. 妙光 this light, the light he emits, makes you feel wonderful. Okay? Without drinking, without inhaling, without anything. Just being near him or being able to receive his light will make you feel wonderful. That life is wonderful. Okay? Will change your perspective, will influence your mind to think positive. All right? So how did he get there? How did he become a bigwig? And what is he continuing to do? Universally entering all states. Okay? States. States are, okay, Jing here. Jing is state here. And this is a Chinese word, but we can simplify state as state. It is a simplification for state of what? Mind. Inner, right? Think about the crux of the information here. Whether you see anything, okay? Some flowers. Okay? This is outside, right? What matters to you is how you feel about it, how you perceive it. Yeah? Some people are turned off by this, some people are happy by this, and so forth. Yes? So state here in Buddhism, in Buddhist jargon, is state of mind. State of jubilation, state of depression, and so forth. State of ache, state of annoyance, state of happiness, yeah? So he enters all sorts of states. So it doesn't matter, whatever it is, okay? He's able to comprehend the states, okay? He went through all those states. What for? What for? Have you thought about it? Why would you want to enter states? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. I don't know, but perhaps it's to gain compassion for other sentient beings who are experiencing those states?
Absolutely. This is so Buddhist. The Buddhists, they don't talk. This is personified by him. He don't say, you, I feel for you. Okay? I'm so sorry. No. When they see you depressed, for example, they immediately leap and feel the same state of depression as you, so that now they understand what you're going through. And there's a danger, because you can get yourself overwhelmed by depression, for example. Yeah? Could happen. So he's able to enter all sorts of states, including and not get confused. Wouldn't that be cool? You're not impressed. So they are incredible beings, you know? It's easy to say, I enjoy this, I enjoy that. But what about the people who really are pretty severe, that they are, let's say they have mental illnesses or they're under the influence of drugs. And this Mahasattva, the celestial king here, is actually a great bodhisattva. He's not afraid. Hello? State of anger. Yes, too.
We have a comment from Diego.
Yeah. Hola.
Emitofuo, Master. That's the way you learn how to deal with it, and you can help others after that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is how we train our people. This is how I train my students. If you really want someone who has depression, you better know what it's like. You better experience the trials and tribulations of depression. And when you are not afraid to do that, then you have a chance to rise above it. Then you can really help people. Absolutely. So the bodhisattvas, when they really want to help someone, they understand thoroughly what the problem is, what our problems are. So what is our state of mind? Whether it's joy, pleasure, okay, and so forth. Does it make sense? Isn't that cool? So this is a fascinating world where it's real for them because they can feel our pain, they can feel our suffering, as well they can feel our pleasure. Okay? So they are not afraid to try anything. Opium, severe depression, craziness, and so forth, so that they still are not confused. Okay? The reason being that for these people, they enter the states, but they can recover. Whereas us, ordinary people, when we are into those severe states, we cannot recover. So that's a difference. They're not crazy, trust me. They have a way to recover. That's why they dare enter states. Yes? Isn't that cool? So don't be afraid, folks. My message is that don't be afraid. You know, when you practice, you have these states where, you know, some are bad, some are good, okay? That's part of your exposure. And guess what? You are still able to recover. Have no fear, okay? Embrace it. Next. Celestial King, infinite wisdom and banner of meritorious virtues, gain a passage into liberation of, eradicating all misfortune by means of the wheel of great compassion.
无尽慧功德闯天王，得灭除一切患，大悲轮解脱门。
Okay, 586. When we were discussing the higher level heaven number 6, desire heaven number 6, number 5, number 4, they actually are very sophisticated. It's difficult to deal with these beings up there, okay? Especially when you deal with heavenly demon or higher desire heaven level number 6, they're extremely difficult to cope with them. And they're still there, dealing with them every day. Okay? And then the 5th desire heaven is not as severe, but they are pretty crazy themselves. And desire heaven number 4, okay, that's very privileged area as well. But number 3 here, you notice that, I don't know, you still remember the past slides that we talked about. Number 3, you see how the problem seems to be a lot simpler, sort of. Okay? That's the nature of our attachments, low levels. They're a lot simpler and they're a lot coarser, if you will. Okay? Pretty soon you get to our level, it's like, give me something to eat, give me something to drink. Okay? And so forth. And so this guy here, he developed the skills to eradicate all misfortune by the will of great compassion. Okay, what does it tell you? When we experience misfortune, it's a lot of suffering. A lot more suffering than people are willing to admit. It really hurts deeply inside. I say that not because I know, but it's from the deduction from what he does. He chooses to unfold his tremendous wisdom by helping us deal with our misfortunes. Is that clear? The problems he fixes are never that simple. They're very, very difficult to solve. Okay? And the tip here is the wheel of great compassion. He says he fixes it. He helps the living beings overcome the misfortune by the wheel of great compassion. Great compassion is that when you suffer, I suffer the same way. Okay? There's no difference. When you suffer, I experience the same exact suffering as you. That's called great compassion. It's not say, oops, sorry, I feel for you. No, I feel the same as you. Is that clear? That's Buddhist great compassion. It's not empathy. Empathy is, yes, I feel for you. Yes, I'm so sorry. But actually, great compassion is that you look at someone and say, I see you in pain. I feel exactly the same way as you. Why is it important? You're not interested in other suffering. Until you know how much it really hurts, you cannot have compassion. Great compassion is that when you hurt, I hurt the same way, and therefore I must make sure I help you relieve your suffering because I don't want to suffer myself. As long as you suffer, I suffer. That's called great compassion. They don't walk away. They cannot walk away. They said, you're suffering, I'm here with you. We suffer together until we fix this. And that's great compassion. You see, it's not talk. They choose to suffer, get close to us, and experience the same kind of trials and tribulation and suffering as we do. And then, because of that, no one likes to suffer. They, together with us, find a way to fix it and rise above it. This is how the kind of strength these beings have. Fearless. They go into a very bad situation, suffer with us, but then emerge unscathed with us. Great beings. Think about it, how small we are. We only plot it for ourselves. Yeah? They are looking. So the point here is that what I learned here is that when people experience misfortune, it's a lot more suffering than they let out. If it's a minor thing, so I'm unlucky, so maybe I buy another lottery ticket. There's always next week, okay? No, misfortune actually is a lot more suffering for living beings that we are willing to admit. A powerful way to connect with others. Think about it. At home, at work, family, friends. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. Yeah, I think it is an incredibly powerful way to connect with people, to share. I recently had I try to look at it from a positive experience, but you could say the misfortune of experiencing a kidney stone. And men and women can get kidney stones.
Women can too?
I think it's
Is that as commonplace as men? I heard about men having kidney stones, but
I don't know all the medical.
You have it too? Anyone has kidney stones? Okay.
And, from a medical pain threshold standpoint, it qualifies where when you go to the ER and you have a kidney stone and you're having the symptoms, they'll offer you morphine.
Wow. Morphine for kidney stone pain? Whew.
So it's, from a medical standpoint, it's not a joke.
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't want to have it. Sorry.
I don't want you to have it. I don't want anybody to have it.
See, the real great compassion. I mean, can I take a pass today?
And
thank you for bringing it up. Morphine, Jesus.
Humbly, thanks to Chan meditation, I did not feel like I needed the morphine. I refused that.
Really? You didn't need to take morphine?
I mean, they said I did, but I chose not.
Chan. Seriously? You in pain and they offer you morphine, which is what ordinary people would need, and you refused?
Correct.
And what did you take instead? This week?
Yeah, I wish if they'd offered me whiskey, I would not have said no. But I think I was saying no to pretty much everything. The point being, to Celestial King, Infinite Wisdom, and Banner of Meritorious Virtues, it wasn't until my boss heard about my experience when I came back to work, and he said, "I'm so sorry, Peter, I had a kidney stone too. They're no fun."
No. Oh, wow. So he knows
and
what it's like.
And when
you're going through.
Yeah. So just to share from that experience, it wasn't until I talked to someone else who had gone through it that it really helped.
Yeah, there's this special bond, right? And like they don't know what it's like. Come on, huh? So it's fantastic.
Only to add to that, Master, it gave me incredible perspective on the impact of a grain of sand. Because we talk about, we're just like a grain of sand in our current world compared to the just infinite, indescribable,
empty space.
Inconceivable empty space, right?
Yes.
Well, that kidney stone was probably a 20th the size of a grain of sand.
Only? Is that painful?
And it changed my world for about 2 weeks. So.
Wow. So it's no ultrasound. Ultrasound cannot do anything?
Oh, it was too small to require ultrasound.
And it hurt like hell. Oh my God. And I heard of people have like big kidney stones, much bigger than yours.
If it's over 6 millimeters, and this is America, so a millimeter, I don't know what that is, but if it's over 6 millimeters, then they use ultrasound.
Yeah.
But mine was, they said, smaller than 2 millimeters. And it just shut me down.
Wow. Oh, wow.
But I have a much greater respect and perspective for the impact of a grain of sand.
Fascinating. Thank you for sharing with us. So you're not normal. And yes, go Forrest. Wow. Fascinating.
Hello.
You have kidney stones too.
Actually, that's funny. I was going to ask something, but maybe let me give a comment on this first. This somehow, sorry to hear this, Peter, but this somehow reminds me the experience of going through labor without epidural. And then thanks to Chan.
No, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
And happy Mother's Day, everyone, every mom out there. And this is how we bond as mothers. We all have to go through this great pain and then survive. So that's that. And then my question is...
Well, wait. When women are in labor, just for comparison purposes, when you are in labor, are you then offered morphine?
Yeah, all kinds of things. Yeah.
No. See, some women says no.
No, morphine is actually for me personally, it was offered post labor delivery, and then I didn't use any.
Yeah, but you're a wimp. I mean, You're different.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, American.
I never heard of pregnant women giving, in labor.
No.
Giving morphine.
Post labor, they give it for handle the pain. There is a professional input here.
But go ahead. I'd like to hear it. Oh, you guys are weird.
For labor patient, if she's in early stage, she can get morphine through IV, which lasts longer. However, morphine is nothing. It won't touch the labor pain.
Really?
Yes.
Is that bad?
Yes, it's really bad. It's probably lasts for max a couple hours for the lady, but she still feels something. Fentanyl is also very strong. It's quicker, but it also lasts an hour. So the option for a woman is the best.
Yeah, I would choose fentanyl myself.
Yeah. Yeah, so morphine doesn't touch.
So fentanyl is stronger than morphine? Really?
Yes, it's faster acting. And it can get in the system and out of the system, so it's safer for the baby. Because if baby deliver with some medication in the system, then baby can't breathe well after delivery, then they need more CPR and stuff like that.
I see.
So morphine stay in the system, but I see it doesn't touch my labor patient at all.
Wow.
So
Wow.
ethical
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So, hey, kidney stone is nothing yet.
I think they say, I was told the pain from labor is 10 out of 10. That's what they say. It's the most among all the pain you can have in the...
Is that right? 10?
Yeah,
10?
that's what they say.
Wow. I didn't know that. I have a lot more respect for you women now. Seriously.
Yes, happy Mother's
It's
Day.
impressive. Like in Vietnam, my generation, my mother would have 10, 11, or 12 children. Seriously. It's like, why? Never mind. Thank you, girls.
I have a question too.
Yes.
So I know I'm trying to think the state that way beyond me, but I was thinking that how could, so those beings, Mahasavas, high level, they are in bliss all the time, right? And then they also experience the suffering of living beings all the time. How can that two different mind, like state of mind, happen at the same time? That really intrigues me.
Why do you ask me? How would I know? Huh? Let's open it up and have everyone input, like the kidney stones and the labor thing. How would you know? Anyone knows? How can they suffer and not suffer at the same time? Yes, Carolina. South is too long. Can I shorten it to Carolina?
South Carolina. This is it's real off the wall. Probably doesn't make any sense, but one time I was on some bipolar medication and I was laughing and crying at the same time, and that wasn't fun. But maybe that's what it's like.
Okay, all right. Anyone else? What's the deal? What's the deal with suffering and pain at the same, suffering and pleasure at the same time? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. I think, humbly from my experience, I was in great pain.
Yeah.
And I was simultaneously able to concentrate. So...
What happened to the pain?
Right. If I try to describe it, it would be during the moments of concentration, I did not feel the pain.
Okay. And
then...
And continue?
Yeah.
Continue?
And then just like I can keep my legs crossed in full lotus for about 6 minutes, the pain came back.
So for 6 minutes, you were free from pain.
Ish. I would say I would be. I was in control.
Very good. Okay, so it's not like so unbearable that you go crazy. It's like a small percentage of the pain. Yes, greatly reduced.
Manageable, yes.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Anyone else? How does that work? These are great questions because it helps you understand why we're doing this. It's not BS. It's actually for real. Because he's saying that, instead of taking morphine or fentanyl, I just found out fentanyl can be such a good thing. Never mind, I shouldn't be joking about this. This is bad stuff, okay? People, stay away from fentanyl unless New prescribes it for you. Anyway, so what he just said is that he was in extreme pain, crossed his legs, and was able to reduce his pain considerably for 6 minutes. That's what he just said. Okay? Anyone else? Tell me about your experience. Don't tell me about, I think. Yes, in the back.
Master, so a couple of weeks ago, you taught me how to hit the woodfish. At that moment, I was sweating, I was very nervous, and I was very stressful.
I was afflicted too.
But then when I hit the woodfish myself, that eventually that hitting somehow detached me from that stress, even though it was sweating, even though I was stressed, but there is something else very still that is detaching myself from that feeling.
Guess where that stress went to?
Is that to you, Master?
Very good. So the stress there, he was under stress, under duress in front of everyone looking at him and watching me come up, say, hey, you do it right, man. So the whole, all their temples, people in the temples were watching him. Of course, it's nerve-wracking. Okay? And interestingly, when under great duress like Peter, he also was able to escape it. This is for you now, folks. Okay? Yes, DTT.
Emitofuo Master. Okay, I would like to share something about the pain because I struggle too much with the leg pain while sitting in full lotus. Very much, I don't know, I think it's one.
No, really? Full lotus is painful? No way.
For me, too much. Yes, I struggle too much. I think it's one of the hardest things I ever done in my life. So I feel the pain very, very sharp. And it goes like from some specific place, and then it goes bigger and bigger, and then all the legs are in pain. So
yes.
Once...
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, that's normal.
I know how it feels. I went through that myself. Yes.
Yes, and it is very difficult to focus. Well, you focus only in the pain, but I don't know. Well, anyway, once I was like in very big pain, suffering too much. Actually, I suffer all the time I sit, I suffered. So I think that is like normal. But anyway, I was suffering, and then I tried to focus only in that and in the navel, as you teach us. For some moments, I was able to. The pain was like away, almost totally. And for a little bit of time, I feel some bliss. And I don't know, I think that time the concentration or the focus was very good because I was able to endure the hour and not in so much pain that other other times. So I think that great beings, Mahasattvas, can like go to big pain, and then they has so incredible power of concentration of samadhi level that they can go through the pain, surpass the pain, feel bliss, but they choose not to be in that bliss state. They choose to go to the pain again, so that they can be able to help beings like better. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, very good. Let me explain for you. Good job, good job. Okay, this is great that you all sharing your experiences, because this is real to you, and this is actually, that's the principle behind all this. Okay, your individual experiences. For her, for example, she was in great pain. And then for normal people, and I'm teaching you this because I know some of you are new, a good number of you are new, and you struggle with this concept where, why do I have to endure the leg pains? Okay? I asked myself the question too a long time ago, and I went through what she did. Instead of quitting, I said, okay, I'm going to endure a little bit more. And I gave up. And the next day I said, I fail again. So I'm going to, I will. The way I did it is I say, okay, I know I'm going to fail, but let me take a little bit longer before I fail. This is the basis of how I taught you to overcome it, because I figure out a way to overcome it myself. Okay, we have limitations. So for her, and like her, she's so tough that she could endure. It. For me, I couldn't. I was weak. So I said, logically, this doesn't make sense. So let me endure a little bit longer. That's all. Next time, I don't want to be such a loser again. So I'm going to be less a loser by endure a little bit more. Next time, a little bit more. That's how eventually I went through her. What she did. Because when you endure a little bit longer and longer and longer, all of a sudden, at some point in time, you're able to experience her state. You enter samadhi, and the pain disappeared. Same thing with him. Okay? He crossed his legs, she's under pain. He says, this is the only thing left for me to do. If I don't use drugs, this is my only other option. Okay? Or the women who are in labor. Okay? You see, that's the process. You're being trained to help you develop the skill to be able to rise above the pain. Is that clear? That's the nature of the Chan training. How is it possible that you're able to endure and rise above it? Right here. You have good roots. When your good roots keep on growing, because when you endure a little bit longer, pay attention. When you are in pain, you're about to give up, endure a little bit longer. That's how you grow your roots. Another way. Yes, that's another way to grow your roots, by enduring a little bit more. It's nothing to understand, it's nothing to think, okay? You just endure a little bit more, that's it. Any questions about this? You can think all you want. You can argue all you want, okay? You can analyze all you want. Ultimately, you have to have your roots grow, then you will rise above the distress, above the failure. Isn't that beautiful? You. It's all about you. You have to do it for yourself. Okay, let's go back to the slide. Did she have to say something? Muốn nói không? No? She's going to the Pure Land, so she has a lot to say before she leaves.
Mô Phật Thầy,
See, I told you.
cũng có chút xíu và có công chuyện mà tôi muốn giải thích cho các bạn nghe một cái. Giống như cái lưng của con đó. Mấy tháng trước để quỳ là cái xương nó đã nở lên rồi. Nó xéo nó nở lên. Cái nó phải mổ. Còn không có mổ đó là phải đi chích thuốc hoài. 1 năm ít nhất phải chích 3 lần mà cầm đau.
Cortisol đó hả?
Hả?
Cortisol, yeah.
Cái đó tôi không biết thuốc gì, con không biết nó thuốc gì, nhưng mà phải đi chích. Cái con đăng ký tại nó đau quá, con chịu không nổi, con đăng ký đi chích. Nhưng mà nó trong vòng 8 tiếng đó là không có ăn uống, không có uống một giọt nước luôn. Nhưng mà cái tội của con sức khỏe là cái cổ nó ưa khô. Dạ tỷ không uống, không chấm cho cái cổ nó, giống như có chút xíu nước thì nó ưa ho. Thì mình vô tới trong đó người ta không biết tưởng là mình có bệnh gì nữa. Thành ra con xách theo chai nước rồi nếu như mỗi khi nó khó chịu cái con chấm chút xíu nước. Cái ai ngờ tới chừng nó ra nó phát hiện mình có chai nước là mình kêu bằng uống lén. Tôi không có uống, tôi chỉ làm cái cổ cho nó khô. Nó không có khô thôi, nó không có được. Cô mà uống nước như vậy mà lát cô phải chích thuốc mê mà chích cái thuốc đó. Giả tỷ mà không có nó ụt cái nước nó vô cái phổi là cô nín thở liền.
Chết rồi.
Nó nói nó nói vậy á. Cái giờ tôi nói tôi không có uống nhiều nhưng mà bác sĩ không có tin tôi thì tôi cũng không có cách nào. Giờ ông bác sĩ nói bây giờ cô không thể hẹn để tái lại kỳ sau lại chích. Không thôi để chích sống. Tôi nói chích sống làm sao? Nói bây giờ coi gì không có chích thuốc mê. Chích thuốc mê 2 tiếng sau đó. Tôi nói thôi thấy con phiền quá đợi hết mấy tiếng cháu tôi nói chở đi đợi hết mấy tiếng hồ mà cuối cùng đợi thêm 2 tiếng cũng quá lâu thôi. Thôi làm lại để tôi đã làm lại. Con gái tôi nói má mì chích vô xương nó đau lắm nha má mì. Thôi đâu không sao đâu, không có đau bằng đẻ đứa con đâu. Thôi làm đại đi. Các bác sĩ nói ok. Cái đẩy vô cái không có chích mê. Cái nó bắt mình nằm xuống vậy nè. Cái đầu giật lên. Sau lưng nó xẹo xuống để cái thuốc nó chích vô đó. Nó không có lên tới cái phổi của mình. Không có ảnh hưởng phổi. Cái mình cũng phải chịu khó. Tôi nói tôi có ác mà làm gì tôi mệt lắm. Không có sao. Tôi cho mày oxy. Cái nằm vô cái nó chích. Cái mấy đứa con ở ngoài nó nghe trời nó đầu muốn thúi uột luôn. Tôi nói yên tâm đi không có sao đâu. Cái tôi nói làm đại không có sao đâu nè. Sự thật mà chích vô đâu có đau. Mình không có nghĩ tới nó. Hoàn toàn không đau thầy. Mình cũng cảm giác cái thích nó chích vô cái thuốc cái chích vô mình lên cho cái xung quanh cái lưng của mình đó xương của mình đó. Đó là như nó chạy đều nó mát nó rửa cái làm cái xương của mình đó. Cái khoảng 20 phút sau nó ok. Cái nó cho nó xong rồi giờ ta làm cho mày sức thuốc cho mày xong cái mày đi về được rồi nè. Cái mấy bao vậy bác sĩ nói wow you're very good. Thank you so much, thank you. Mà thiệt tình mấy đứa con cho nó má mi có sao cho nó không có sao đâu con mai con không có đau. Tôi trời ơi được má mi đừng có nói giỡn cho nó không đau. Cái này Phật Bồ Tát độ đó. Mô Phật.
Wow, impressive. Okay, no need to translate.
Tôi nói phiền quá thôi, giờ phiền quá thôi, tôi không uống, tôi không đi chích nữa, để tôi cố gắng dán thuốc dán, tôi cố gắng tôi nhịn, tôi niệm Phật, tôi tu hoài cho nó bớt. Phật Bồ Tát cứu con, cho tụi con bớt đau là được rồi. Không đi chích nữa đâu, phiền quá. Phật thầy cảm ơn.
You wouldn't believe it. It's like Vietnamese bragging. Go ahead.
Emitofuo, Master, I would like to share my experience. So my spine, a couple of months ago, that it was defected. So it's bent. So then the doctor said that I have to have a surgery or not. I have to inject cortisone 3 times a year. And so it was so painful that I have to register and then they say that I'm not allowed to drink water for 8 hours, at least 8 hours. But
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia.
Yes.
So
To numb the pain of the surgery.
So
in order to take it, she cannot have any water for 8 hours before the surgery.
So my problem was that if I don't drink water, then my throat will be very dry. So I use a little drop of water just to wet my throat. And so when I went to the hospital, I carried a bottle of water, and the nurse saw that, and then they told me, no, you're cheating, you're not allowed to do so. So I told them, no, I just take this water just to wet my throat. And the nurse said that if you do so, if anesthesia, the medicine that go up to your lung, it will kill you. So then I felt that they tell me to wait for another days to do so, or another 2 hours. I felt that it was very annoying, so I just tell her to just go ahead and give me cortisone, doesn't have to go through anesthesia. So basically that they injected her directly to her bone without having some pain release medication. So then my children say that, no, please don't do that because it's going to be very painful. And she said that it's not going to be painful as the labor pain. So then she agreed for the doctor to do so. And they say that when she was about to do the cortisone things, the doctor told her to lie in a certain position so that the medicine doesn't go up to her lungs. But she has a problem. She has asthma, so the doctor calmed her, saying that they will help her with CPR and others breathing medication, breathing technique. And so then, after injecting cortisone to her bone, after 20 minutes, she feels that as if the medicine has go through her body and lubricate her bone. However, it feels that very calm and cool effect, but she doesn't feel any pain whatsoever. And then after she finished, the 3 doctors helping her told her that it's very good, very rare. And she tell her, thank you for that. And the daughter and the sons around her asking if she's okay. And she said, yeah, she's okay. She doesn't feel any pain at all. And it's because she said she prayed for Buddha and Bodhisattva to help her ease out the pain. And she felt that next time it's so annoying, she doesn't want to take cortisone anymore. She's just going to recite Buddha and Bodhisattva, ask for help.
I don't need doctors anymore. Don't do that. They're going to sue us, the family. Yes, JC. See, hey, K people, are you impressed? The people here are able to do that. Huh? Isn't that impressive for you? Huh? These people are for real. Never mind. The Koreans are so impressed. They say, oh, wow. No wonder they're Master YongHua's American disciples. Okay, go ahead. 6. Yes, 6.
Test. Thank you, Master. So how does the Celestial King enter all this various state of misfortune?
Spiritual powers. That's why he's up there. He has a lot of power. And instead of using the power to harass you or to impress you and oppress you and suppress you, they use his power, his skills, to experience your pain and your suffering. so that it motivates him to find an excellent way to fix it forever. It's not theory, it's real to him. Yes, JC.
저도 제 경험을 공유하고 싶습니다. 한 2년인지 1년 정도 전이었는데 퇴근하고 와서 빨래하고 설거지하고 있는 어느 때랑 다름없는 저녁이었습니다. 저는 때때로 생각과 우울에 쉽게 빠졌었기 때문에 마스터 법문을 들으면서 이제 법문에 집중하면 그 상태를 좀 벗어날 수 있어서 빨래를 하면서 마스터 법문을 듣고 있었는데요. 그날따라 우울한 게 없어지지도 않고 짜증과 화가 나면서 소파에 앉아있는 또 남편 탓을 속으로 하고 있었습니다. 그러면서 이제 표정이 제가 아마 심각했을 것 같은데 큰아이가 제 얼굴을 보면서 갑자기 놀라더라고요. 그래서 엄마 얼굴이 너무 심각해가지고 애가 놀라는구나. 저는 좀 미안해서 왜 놀랐냐고 물어봤더니 큰아이가 제 이마에 부처님이 보인다고 그러는 거예요. 그래서 재차 물어봐도 엄마 이마에 불상처럼 부처님이 보인다고 한 몇 초 동안 그러더니 사라졌다고 했습니다. 그래서 저는 믿을 수 없었지만 큰아이가 거짓말할 리도 없고 그래서 스스로는 너무 비참하고 고통스러웠는데 이렇게 비참한 와중에 부처님이 함께 하신다는 생각에 마음이 굉장히 기뻤는데요. 그래서 고통과 기쁨이 함께 한다는 말씀에 제 얘기가 떠올라서 공유 드려봅니다.
Master, I'd like to share my experience. It's been about a year ago. Just like any other evening, I came back from work and I do wash dishes and I do laundry. And often I get into depression mode. So what I do is listening to Dharma talk while I'm doing all these chores. It helps me. So that particular night, I was doing laundry and then listening to your Dharma talk. My depression was not released. I was more agitated and I was angry. So I can't imagine what my face looked like at that point. But my old child at the time saw me and his face was stunned. So I was like, oh my God, my face must be really awful. So I asked him, why are you looking like that? And then he said, I saw a Buddha statue on your forehead, and I saw for several days. So that's what he said, and I couldn't believe it. And I know that my son would not lie. So at the time, the experience of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas with me, and I was very happy, and also the feeling of pain and joy at the same time experiencing, maybe something like that. Thank you.
Very good. How nice. Now I can't wait to look at the mirror again. Anyone see anything? Hey, ask the Chinese people, you see anything? It would be so cool. Yeah, wonderful. It's nice of you to share. Okay, going back to the question. Yes, JMT.
저는 질문이고요. 한국 기준 토요일 날 하셨던 변계집성에 대한 질문인데, 마스터께서 변계집성인 상태인 사람을 도울 수가 없다고 하셨어요. 네, 한번 끊을게요.
네.
네. 그러니까 마스터께는 아실 거예요. 그러니까 변계 집성이라고 하신 마스터는 아세요. 토요일 날 화엄경영이 강의 때 하셨던. 네, 맞아요. 삼성 중에 첫 번째 성품 변계 집성. 네, 맞아요.
Master, sorry, I need to clarify her question. Master, this is a question you explained to us during the prologue, I think it was a Friday, and you mentioned about three natures. And then the first one, the one attach and accumulate, I'm not really sure what it is, but...
If we were calculating attached to.
Thank you. She's going to continue.
네, 근데 질문이 그러면 1번인 상태랑 디프레션으로 정신이 나가 있는 사람을 어떻게 도울 수 있는지 질문 드립니다.
디프레션 상태하고 그 전에 뭐라고 말씀하셨죠?
변계집, 좀 전에 말씀하셨던 마스터께 말씀하셨던 삼성 중에 1번, 제가 처음에 말했던 네네. 그러니까 그걸 변계집성인 상태와 디프레션 상태인 사람을 어떻게 도울 수 있냐고요. 제가 질문이. 네.
So someone who's calculate and attach, and at the same time experiencing depression, how could we help that person?
그러니까 이 드리는 의도가 그 사람들한테는 귀에 안 들려요. 그래서 어떻게 도울 수 있는지를 질문 드립니다.
These sort of people not listening to anything. So I'm just wondering, how can we help them?
Try fentanyl. Okay, can we talk about it next time? Okay, bring it again next what is it, Friday or something? Okay, thank you. Okay, we're trying to get to the question here that was raised earlier. It's very good. It's so perceptive. I don't know of many people who can ask that. It says, how do you justify this? How is this pain and suffering and then bliss at the same time or whatever? What is the correlation? It's excellent. Anyone else? What do you think really happens? You see, you're getting a glimpse into what people are progressing towards, his state. Okay? You, not him. Yes, go first.
Master, I'm thinking that maybe at that level, there's really no duality or no difference between the suffering and bliss. There's no. It's not. It's the same thing.
Okay. Let me stress this for you. Emphasize this for you. Okay. Misfortune that living beings experience that cause them distress and pain and suffering is real. Yes? Don't ever deny that. Because Mahasattva like him don't. They say, okay, I know what you're suffering is real. It's real to you. Okay? And since a lot of suffering is unbearable and so forth. Okay? So they don't belittle you. They don't think that you're nonsense, you're stupid. What they do, and this is the difference. By the way, Mr. Buffet is also a bodhisattva. Okay? And what does he do as a bodhisattva in our world? Going after gains. Exactly the opposite of what this guy is doing. Infinite wisdom, a banner of more meritorious virtues. Does he go after gains? He goes after suffering. That's a huge difference between him, way up there, versus Buffet and the people in the world. Buffet and people who are trying to gain, trying to get fame, trying to get recognition, and take advantage of things like buying stock market and so forth, okay, buying companies and so forth. But these people is totally, they do stupid things. They go into and take losses. They're not shooting for gains and recognition and power and influence. You see that? That's a difference between them. This guy here, is still preaching about gains, about profits. This big shot here, he says, I want to know your pain. You know why is that? Because he's not afraid. This guy is afraid. This celestial king is not. Can you understand the difference between great men and small men? They're not afraid to understand and feel your pain so that they can help figure out a way to help you rise above it. So the premise here, point number 2, is that they're not afraid of the pain. Don't talk about duality, non-duality. The point is that all those are Buddhist terms, okay? It's all talk. I want you to understand this is very real to them. When they see us experiencing misfortune, they want to feel our pain. All right? They don't run away from it and say, oh, you're so stupid. How can you feel that way? Why would you do it that way? Why would you do that? South Carolina. Okay? They engage and say, oh, let me feel your pain. Why are they doing that? Again, point number 2, they're not scared of the pain. Okay? And they're real to them. Don't think they go in there and say, hey, what pain? I don't feel any pain. No, they go in there and they feel our pain. And no morphine, no fentanyl. They want to feel it. You understand the difference? How can you really love someone if all you can see is their stupidity and their faults? When you blame someone for being stupid, experience their pain first before you accuse them of anything. Is that clear? Because this is true love, people. This celestial king here says, I want to feel for you because I care. I care. I really want to know how difficult it is for you. You have kidney stones, you have breast cancer. I want to feel your pain. And he's not afraid to do that because he has received a Chan training to help him, as many of you have stated already. Through your Chan skills, you're able to temporarily disconnect from the pain. That's why he's not afraid. Unlike you, he can do it just like this, without crossing legs. That's why he's not afraid. You understand? Just because he can rise above it doesn't mean, point number 3, doesn't mean that he's going to just experience, and they go in and they disconnect themselves from it. No. They go in and they feel your pain with you. They don't call it love, by the way. They call it great compassion. Catholic Daniel calls it love. He wants his girlfriend to love him in that sense. The Buddhist love is that we feel the same as you. We don't blame you. We don't accuse you. We want to feel exactly the same pain as you so that we can help you rise above it like we can. That's a difference in Buddhism, in Mahayana. Okay? Because this Mahasat right here, I assure you, the pain comes, just like many of you have said it already. They come, they can say, what pain? Gone. No need to cross her legs. No need to do anything. They can make the pain disappear just like that, okay? But they choose not to. Isn't that beautiful? To me, that is beauty. Incredibly beautiful. That kind of mind. Huh? It's not words. It's not embellished words. It's not adulation. It's not bragging. It's just like the beauty of selflessness and of caring. Buffet, I hope you listen to this and you learn something from it. Oh, what happened to the World Forest? How come so many people? They have nothing to do on Sunday afternoon? Jesus. All right? So, finally, what's the answer to the question? How does it work for them? I just explained to you. Okay? They deliberately choose to suffer with us, choose to experience the same pain as we do. Because then they can connect with us. Like someone has the same pain, talk to you, they know exactly what you're talking about. You see? That's a level of connection they have. This is way beyond love as we know it. Don't you think? It's the level of caring that's way beyond ordinary people. They'll tough it out with us. So don't think they go in there. The answer to go first question, and go in there and say, oh, I am afraid of pain. What pain? What pain? They can do that. They can make it disappear just like that. If you can make it bearable for 6 minutes, 7 minutes, they can make it disappear just like this. That's their level. What pain? It's that simple for them. But no, they experience the pain with you. Until when? Until you are no longer in pain and suffering. That's them. That's why he's a great man, folks. He did it time and time again, being after being after being. Isn't that incredible? Questions and comments? Yes, too. That's why, but let's not overdo it here at our temple. We should do more fundraising, enough of this suffering. Yes, too. You see, that's what happens when you do fundraising. Instead of suffering, you make others suffer, give you money so that you suffer less, and they suffer more. You like her, she likes it.
Yesterday at work, I was unable to turn left on a busy street, and then I was getting real afflicted about the workload and scattered. So I just started reciting Kuan Yin Bodhisattva without thinking about my problem, because I know that she just comes to help with whatever's going on. And then I was able to just turn left and focus magically. So just wanted to share that.
Oh, the venerable old abbot was so proud of you. He is in charge of the Wan Yin quarters in the Pure Land. When you go to Pure Land, make sure you visit Wan Yin neighborhood, okay? He owns most of it. Yeah. Okay, I have 5 more minutes. Any other questions? JMT, go ahead, JMT. You changed your mind already? Okay. Oh, you see, we talked a lot more than this slide here. Okay? All right, let's do one more. Okay, it should be a short one. Don't ask too many questions. Celestial King, well able to transform and adorn, gain a passage into liberation of, comprehending the minds of all sentient beings in the 3 periods of time.
善化端严天王得了知3世一切众生心解脱门。
Okay, 589 commentary. So what he does, okay, is to use his spiritual powers to read your mind. Okay, first of all, he says, you're angry at me. You're faking it. You're trying to manipulate me. Okay? He understands. He can read beings' minds. That's a spiritual penetration called the knowledge of what is it? Ta Xin Tong, the penetration of others' mind, meaning they can read your thoughts, if you will. All right? So it's spiritual penetration. It's not a big deal, by the way. Okay? I once, way a long time ago, I was meditating, and one day I decided, oh, I can read your mind. And my brother was so terrified that he would not come and talk to me again. He would always keep a distance. And then it got tiring after a while. He said, I can't avoid him forever, especially in family gathering and so forth. So he finally, one day, he figured out a way to get close to me. Every time he came near me, this is a long time ago, he would think certain thoughts. Nice thoughts, pleasant thoughts. Because typically he doesn't. So he was telling everyone in my family, when you come near him, just think of anything stupid things and let him read you. Ever since I dropped that, it's baloney. This doesn't do anything. But Master YongHua, by the way, he reads your mind. When I came to ask him to shave my head, and I said, I'm thinking of shaving my head. I know you ask people questions. Don't ask me this question. And sure enough, he said, it's before I came to see him. I said, on my way, I said, I'm going to ask you to lead a home life, but don't ask me this, because if you ask me this, it will afflict my parents, and because my parents would be there. So he asked me a bunch of things, but not that question. Okay, so it's real, folks. Okay, so this guy, he can read people's minds. Okay, but more than that, it's not just reading people's mind. That comprehending is liao chu here. Chu is to know. Chu is ta xin tong is the chu here. But liao here is to understand. Meaning that it's more than just superficial to understand the rationale behind it, why you think that way. So it transcends culture, transcends gender, transcends ethnicity. You see that? So this guy has a full life. He lived a full life. He learned about this culture, that civilization. You know, this is a very, very well-rounded person. I want you to get that message. When you get up there, it's not one-dimensional. Okay? It's called great wisdom because you're able to see and embrace everything. That's called Liao Chu, is you understand thoroughly living beings. That means you study, and you study, and you study. Okay? Once you have your wisdom, now you pick up the books and read about art, about operas, about music, and so forth. You hear me? It's very, very interesting. It doesn't stop there. You hear me, boys and girls? Chung Yin? Huh? Learn. You want to be celestial king one of these days? You have to start learning now. That's my message to you. Lesson from this celestial king, well able to transform and adorn. Okay? Thank you, everyone. See you next time.